with the experts, even after IAS. So during the lunch session, and whenever they spend their time at the guest house, you can meet them and share their expertise with you. Thank you.
Yeah. To make ourselves aware of the situation of the industry in biotechnology. For this, three of our colleagues, Dr. Rahul Nayak, and Dr. Sampath Kumar, and Dr. Jalaja.
I am so thankful for getting such an opportunity from the part of Ayurveda. One. Second, again thankful to Vignyan University for understanding a big problem. It is not just in the case of biotechnology. In the case of all sectors, I am actually now head of R&D department of one leading Ayurvedic firm in Kerala, second largest Ayurvedic firm in Kerala. So under me, we have departments pharmacognosy, chemistry, biochemistry, biotechnology, and several people microbiology. Like people are working. Whenever I am sitting for an interview, the the students who are scoring high marks are not performing well in the interview.
In the medicine point of view, 25% of the medicines are chiral, and again, more than 50% of the medicines are bioproduction of medicines. You can hear the biostimulants, biomolecules are denominated, biopharmaceuticals. Hence, the meaning and method explained about the bio, you know the biotechnology. It is related to the living cells. One small example, you need to express your interest in the industry for the sake of development, not for the routine analysis or the quality control departments. A small example, in Ayurveda or whatever it may be, in that for jaundice they are going to give some plant seeds. That the production of that particular seeds will cure the jaundice, but they will collect that particular seeds on a particular day after 1 month period of time. Like for example, either on the full moon day or new moon day.
I think such seminar is very, very essential. Why? Because the students should be initiated first. They should be given first-hand knowledge from the people who are going to employ. What is their expectations or similar expectations from other industries, so that you will follow your course with their requirement in mind, whatever may be the course. So, I congratulate the Department of Biotechnology.
So, challenge of technology commercialization is that there are a very good. The number one is the recognition of the potential. It is a very, very difficult one. You don't know which is the potential one. If I give you 20 envelopes, with only one envelope has 1,000 rupees note, is it possible to identify without touching it? It is something like that. Recognition of the potential. You should be able to something like that. You should be able to visualize 360 degrees. Then only you will be able to identify the recognition, to recognize the potential. Then avoiding the technology first. You cannot go and compete with the same area where already a player is there. The molecule, synthetic version, you get it in the market for $20 a kilogram. Okay? The synthetic version of the molecule, you get it for $20. But the one what we produce through natural way, we are selling it for $2,500. Can you see the difference between $20, $2,500? So, will there be customers to buy my molecule? Will you buy me if I sell you $2,500? You will not buy. If you go to Hayat or Taj, what will be the cost? 5,000. So are there people who goes to Taj, right? Yes. The same like that, there are some people in India too who will buy the premium products. So to produce that one, you need to have a waiting period. For example, if you are developing a natural color, either say from an orange or a yellow from pineapple or a green from any green color, you want to have a flavoring molecule, nor soups. Okay, you will get a chicken flavor, mutton flavor, mushroom flavor, everything. Those flavors, you need to wait for 3 to 4 years. And if you're out of India, like US FDA or EU, you have to wait for 5 to 7 years. That is the regulatory hurdles. Then access to the capital. Not everybody will be having access to the capital. You need to approach a person for the capital money. And finally the management. How to manage the company and who will. Because if you are an entrepreneur, you have a technology, you are able to get the money, you have cleared the regulatory, but you cannot sit and do the management. You should have a management team for that. And picking the right management is a Hercules task. And one wrong person in a right management group is sufficient to kill the company. So sources of capital. The first one is your personal, second one is banks, third one is grant, fourth one is angel, fifth one is venture capital, and the last one, the 3 F's. It is not applicable to India, it is only for the United States. So we are not going to talk about that.
It's nothing but the HPLCs, the UPLC, supercritical fluid chromatography, 2D technology, all this comes under the separation technology. Is it okay? Yeah. And after this, the mass spectrometry. We want to weigh the compound. Exactly, we are looking for a high molecular weight compound of biopolymers, and whether my polymers are biomolecules, whether it is having the same molecular weight or not. In large molecules, you need to be very careful getting the same analytical data. For that purpose, the mass spectrometer being used. The third one is, you are unable to see this, but that is the informatics, or nothing but your software. And the chemistry means where the separation is going to take place, or the column. Okay, and the standards and reagents, we are not going to supply the bio standards or anything. The standards are being used for qualifying your equipment. And this was founded in 1968 because actually the founded in 1958, they started commercialization since 1963. Using the HPLC system, 1964, one of the Nobel Prize winners started using this equipment for separating vitamin B12. Who is the winner of Nobel Prize for separating vitamin B12? By using ALC, means analytical liquid chromatograph 100 system used, and Dr. Wood, you can. Okay now. So afterwards, this is the thing, and liquid high performance liquid chromatography systems. The first PC based software system was generated, and 2012 we used the supercritical fluid chromatography on small scale. Means the latest technology platform called the UPLC. Using UPLC, supercritical fluid chromatography was developed. And we are having nearly around 25 offices in India. Most of them are resident engineers are available, means to address the service issues for the customers. And we have 6 locations, that is the regional offices, head office at Bangalore. I want to take a small variations next. And basically, the chromatography is going to separate your compounds. And we want to look into the better resolution, means the better separation between the 2 adjacent peaks. Then only comfortably you can quantify the analytes very accurately. For that purpose, Based on the chromatographic modes of analysis, you may be using the adsorption chromatography and partition chromatography in general. The adsorption chromatography is nothing but the principle of HPLC and your partition chromatography of GC or gas chromatography. But whereas biomolecules and large molecules comes under the size exclusion principle also. Because this is the largest molecule you want to characterize, you can utilize different technologies or techniques.